Aloha, this is Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I help bring harmony to your head, to your heart, and to your home. I'm a feng shui expert and an angel intuitive, and also offer private coaching to my clients. And today here with me is Dr. Cara Gubbins as we continue our series. Cara?
Oh. I'm Dr. Cara Gubbins of the Animal Wisdom Circle and drcaragubbins.com, and I'm here to help you live your best life through animal wisdom in whatever way that means for you, becoming your best self and really exploring your strengths and finding your healing and all that stuff, but guided by the animals.
Nice, beautiful. So we're super excited because we have a new series that we're starting today for you, and this is all about signs, symbols, and synchronicities. So lots of S's there. we get a lot of questions. Dr. Cara and I get a lot of questions about, like, how do our guides communicate with us? And really, this series is about the universal guidance and how it comes through to us, and different ways that we get and receive guidance, because a lot of people just don't feel like they're being communicated with at all, and it's really simply not true. They're constantly communicating with us. So we thought this beautiful series on signs, symbols, and synchronicities would help you understand the ways that you are receiving messages, or that messages are being given to you. So today's video is about signs. And we're going to start off by defining what is a sign. So I'll let Cara go with that.
Yeah. So universal guidance is available all the time. The thing is, we just most often miss it, or we don't ask for it, so we don't see it. So we want to do a little video on each one of these ways so that when it shows up, you know that that's what it is. And signs are one of the most concrete ways that the universe can give us guidance. Signs are literally signposts. Think of a stop sign or a speed limit sign or whatever. This is like the most concrete way that we can get information from the universe. And it can come to us, it's going to come to us in a physical form. So it'll be something that we see, touch, feel. In some way, it's something that's real in the physical world. So it's got that nice concrete, solid, you can't really deny it, right? Like sometimes some stuff is a little bit wishy-washy, but this is like, it's a real thing. It's there, it's physical, and it's going to be really specific. And Kim has a great story that illustrates how you can get really specific signs from the universe when you're asking for it and when you're looking for them.
Yes. Yeah, so this relates to my my journey to Maui here. And I had been getting some guidance from my spiritual team about moving to Maui. And I was like, this is a big deal. Like, if you really want me to do this, I asked my team and I said, I need a very clear sign that this is what you want me to do. Because it's a big deal, moving from Minnesota to Maui, selling my house, leaving all my friends and family, literally moving here sight unseen, right? And it was a big deal. So I'm like, yeah, I need something concrete, right? Like, I need something in the physical to show me, like, yes, this is the way that I'm meant to go. So literally, the very next day after I asked for the sign, I got a package in the mail. And I had been part of a Secret Santa sister exchange, and so it's kind of one of those deals where a friend of a friend was sending me gifts, and I was getting gifts like in the mail like every day. It was really a lot of fun, actually. And I got this package in the mail, so I still to this day don't know who it came from. I don't know the person. It wasn't somebody I knew. I believe it was somebody in the Twin Cities, just because of something else that was in the package. So I get this package and I open the package, right? And there were gifts in the very bottom of the package, but the person that had packed it used a couple paper bags, like little store bags, to cushion it, right? To keep it from moving around. Well, the bag that I pulled out from the top of this package was this very bag right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Maui Divers. It's really kind of, it's hard to see. Yeah, it's in silver lettering on both sides of the bag. So not to be missed And this, you know, that color also, the ocean color, but specifically says Maui Divers on it. And to me, I was like, oh, thank you. Like, that was what I needed. Like, I needed that concrete, that physical sign that told me that I was on the right path. And I think it's interesting that it was Maui Divers that they chose also, because I was really diving into a whole new life, right? Like, it really was symbolic in that way too. And that's something else that we can talk about in the next video, is about symbols. But it was symbolic as well as a physical sign. So very, very fun to get that specific message.
And it's so cool how you said, give me a sign, and like the very next day, out of the blue, from somebody you still don't know, you got a very physical, concrete sign that said, yes, Maui.
Yeah.
Maui is it.
Yeah. So, and that's a beautiful gift that people can take from that too, is that, you know, when you're not sure, when you don't know what, you know, if you're following the right path, or if you should make a big shift or change, ask for a sign, right? We can ask our guides for signs. And I always tell them, like, it needs to be really clear. Like, you know, I specifically, usually when I'm asking for a specific sign, I said, you got to make it really clear. And literally that could not have been any clearer. You know, like, it just, it couldn't have been. So it was beautiful. So there's lots of different ways though that we get that these signs come to us. So it might even be like, you open up your Instagram and there's a meme there that has some meaning to you, a picture, right, with words that has some meaning. That's a physical sign, right? Like, it's something you needed to hear right in that moment, and boom, there it was, right? It's not you know, it's not random. Nothing is ever random. When you open up your Facebook, pay attention to whose post is there and what's happening there, because it is it is a message for you. What are some of the other ways that you have seen signs appear?
Well, I have a friend who also moved to Hawaii from Maine, and she said, I'm not sure about this. I really need a sign. And so she asked for something physical that was so unlikely to show up. She lived in a place where she asked for a hawk's feather, and there were no hawks living there, and she was a teacher. And at the time, she had some kids come up at recess, and they were holding a big hawk's feather, like right after she asked for the sign. And they said, this is for you, this is for you. She's like, no, don't you want it? No, this is for you. Like, the kids totally knew that was for her, and that was exactly the sign she asked for, and she moved to Hawaii. And when she told me that story, like, it resonated with me. Like, I didn't know back then. This was like, years and years ago, at least 15 years ago that I met her, but I didn't know you could ask for signs. And that became my sign. Bird feathers became my sign for you're on the right path. I see them on the path when I'm walking in the trees, you know, in the park where I go. So I just made that my sign, right? Like, that's my sign. And if I notice a feather on my path, I think about, what am I thinking about? Like, I take a moment and step back and reflect and go, okay, I'm on the right path, but what is that about?
Right.
What was I just thinking about? Was it the book? Was it the job? Was it dinner tonight? Whatever. And for me, that's now, I guess, become a symbol, in a sense, of being on the right path. Because I don't ask for a specific sign, but I use it symbolically to mean that I'm on the right path.
Nice, nice. And I have an example too, a recent example. When I was at the Hay House conference, there was a woman that had asked for a specific sign. She had asked for us, her guides, to send her butterflies. And that very day, my friend and I, as we were getting ready to go to the conference, she's like, do you have any butterfly earrings? I'm like, yeah, I do. She's like, let's wear our butterfly earrings today. So literally, we go to the conference and we're standing there talking. We end up, I don't know how we ended up in a conversation with this woman, but she looked at both of us and she's like, oh my gosh, you guys are my sign today, right? Because we both had these butterfly earrings in. And that was the sign that she had asked for. And she didn't get it in the form like you would normally think maybe a physical butterfly would come to her or something like that. But these earrings that she's talking to two of us, we both have these butterfly earrings on, right? So that's another example of, you know, her asking for a sign and receiving it. And in not necessarily in the way that you would typically expect it to be, right?
And that's the thing, is you got to kind of stay open. But again, if it's a sign, it will show up physically, physical earrings or a physical butterfly or a feather. So it's something that's going to be solid that you can't explain it away. You have to take it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like, too, you know, there are, like when I'm doing readings for people, there's specific messages for people and specific signs that come through. And it is very concrete. When someone, you know, when I pull a card for someone, that's a concrete, you know, sign for them about their path or their journey. And yes, I do obviously add interpretation to that because I'm getting, you know, I'm channeling information for them. But the actual card, and sometimes people are a little bit in denial about something, even as I'm sharing in a reading, they're a little bit in denial about something. And then we always end up getting a card that tells them specifically. And it's like, in case there was any doubt in your mind, like, here is and it will actually, the words will be on the card, you know, just to make it super abundantly clear to them. So I have that happen a lot, where I'm giving the information, and to me, in my mind, oh, it's super clear of their path and what they're meant to do, and they're still not like absorbing it. And then we get that card, and it's like, yeah, in case you were wondering or wanted confirmation, it says career change, right? Like, specifically, career change. Like, there's no doubt about that, right?
Yeah, it doesn't get more clear than that.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that I just want to mention too is that we do have, like, the physical can be like a song that's playing. So it doesn't have to be like a physical object that you can hold. It can be also like a verbal thing, or you know, something you hear on the radio. Like, there's a song that is my mom. Like, that's a sign from my mom. I heard it shortly after she died, and it wasn't even a popular song then. It was an old song then. But whenever I hear that song, I think of her. It's I don't know if this is even the title, but it's "I'll Be Watching You," and yeah, and it's just like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, hi, mom, like, right? So it can be, you know, something that is like physical, in that you're like hearing it with one of your senses or absorbing it with one of your senses, but it's not like physical, right?
Right. Yeah. So I have a free intuition development package that goes a little deeper into all of these ways of knowing. You know, this is all part of intuition, is being able to get information from the universe. And that's going to be my free gift for everybody today. So it's this intuitive development package, 11 ways to access your intuition, and an MP3 to kind of set you into that right mode of being open and receptive. And I'm sure you've got something great for everybody today too, Kim.
Yes, yeah. So I have a free gift as well, and this is my 9 fast feng shui fixes to attract abundance. So these are physical things you can do, like physical adjustments that you can make, that will help you attract abundance. It's like my 9 best tips for attracting abundance. And I love the physicality part of it, and I think that goes well with the sign piece of things, because when you do something in the physical, intending a specific result, it's really beautiful to watch that then come in, like that, you know, the abundance in all forms come in. So that's my gift, and I'll put a link below for that free gift for everyone as well. So that's what we've got for you guys today. Stay tuned. The next couple weeks, we will have 2 more videos. One will be on symbols, and one will be on synchronicity. So make sure that you're watching for those Tuesday videos.
Yeah. Universal guidance. It's everywhere.
It is. Much love to all of you.